Formula One has a formula problem, and the reason you know that is because of the Hungarian GP. So if you look at the grid, the results, it was Norris up front, Piastri P2, Russell, then Leclerc. Then you've got like a smattering. It's like Alonso, Bortoleto, Stroll, Lawson, Verstappen in ninth, Kimi Antonelli, Hadjar, Hamilton, Sainz, or Hulkenberg, stuff like that. And it's really difficult to determine who the best drivers are, because when I just read that grid out to you, it would seem that probably like the top 15 drivers, you put any of them into the McLaren cars and they would also be going for the for the Drivers' Championship. And that's not to take away anything from the skills that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have, but it's more of a commentary on Formula One cars being so high tech that just little tiny nuanced errors in engineering can cause a Leclerc to go from P1 to P4 over the course of the second stint. And what I'm understanding after a long wait is that it was a ride height issue. So in the second stint, the engineers decided to inflate the tires more to raise the ride height of the SF25 so that the plank would not be scraped too thin and thusly get disqualified by the end of the race. And it had Leclerc, who is definitely a skillful driver, drop from P1 to P4. And I do feel like it robbed us racing fans of a true race. So is there a Drivers' Championship this year? I am not sure, because if Leclerc goes from P1 to P4, Verstappen is in P9, Hamilton, Sainz, like all these different drivers, and Alonso, he hasn't won in so long. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But Pierre Gasly finished in P19. So is there a Drivers' Championship? I'm not sure. I think it's who can engineer a car with the least mistakes a championship, because it almost doesn't even seem like a constructors championship. After all, in the last race, Norris had a battery pack issue that somehow magically Oscar Piastri didn't, and that was the decision maker in the race win. Again, not taking away from Piastri's skills, but we're having drivers winning and losing based on math on the back of a napkin. Now, I know that there are going to be a lot of people saying that Formula One has always been like that, but I argue that it's kind of getting a little bit worse. So we went from, I think it was V8s to V10s, or maybe V10s to V8s, down to V6s with hybrid power, and then we've got the ground effects floors and the Venturi tunnels, and if you get one of those wrong or one of those gets cracked or something, then the best driver in the world turns into the worst driver. And it just seems that Formula One does not have the ability to go back to simplicity, and I feel like it might be for political reasons or social reasons and stuff like that. But why can't we have an engine and four wheels? Safety equipment, keep the safety equipment. But, I didn't really, truly know how to review this race. I mean, there are some good moments and some frustrating moments, but this is more of a rant. I didn't really know how to review the Hungarian GP. And I wish I could say that was the only thing that caused this video to be made or to be launched on a Tuesday versus a Monday per usual. As glamorous as it does seem, having a YouTube channel with 311 subscribers, it used to be, I think, 312 24 hours ago. As glamorous as that sounds, it's not quite enough to pay all of the bills, so I had to prioritize some other, work kind of things, and so thusly, Tuesday, I guess I couldn't be accused of being artificial intelligence, so that's good. But on that same note, I couldn't be accused of being intelligence in the first place. So there's that to contend with. The only thing that's really going to get better in 2026 is the cars are going to be a little bit smaller, but they're going to be 50% battery powered. So, and then they're going to have more moving parts. So you're going to have front DRS and rear DRS. And it seems like Formula One would want to go in a more simple direction, more simple and safe. I want the drivers to be safe, but simple in terms of powertrain and aerodynamics, so that we can actually start to see, who really the best drivers are. Because I'm not thoroughly convinced that we are seeing drivers racing right now. We're seeing engineers in a competition to see who can make the fewest mistakes. Ferrari definitely is not that team right now, and McLaren is. But again, are Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri the championship drivers? Are they the true drivers champions? I wonder if I will get flack for that, for asking that. I mean, everybody deserves a time in the sun. And I'm not even saying that, I want Lewis Hamilton to win because I think he's the best driver ever. You got the Sainzes of the world, although he did just move to a new team. You've got the Verstappens, you got Alonso, who hasn't won in forever. You've got Russell. There's a lot of competition, but Mercedes just said that they're going to stop developing on the W16, and thusly Kimi Antonelli and George Russell basically are going to be mid-pack drivers. Mid-pack drivers, and that's kind of a strange thing to say. So in the ground effects era cars, are there drivers champions? I have to say yes, because Max Verstappen is an amazing driver, but again, he can be taken down by a lack of a good car, and cars are just getting increasingly difficult to make good during this regulation. I am hopeful, cautiously hopeful, that the 2026 cars will be a bit more reliable when it comes to the itty-bitty nuances and whatnot, but I am definitely not holding my breath. I think that Ferrari right now is just hoping for maybe a podium or two, maybe a win, and I think that McLaren is just going to go for it all the way through to the end of the season. They're going to win both, and I just hope that 2026 is going to yield better racing. That's it. That's the rant. All right, time to go back to work. I'm out. Oh yeah, I've been Dalton. This has been The Petrolist, and you have been great. Thanks for watching.